Greetings, sirs and madams. I'm Seraphic0, and we're playing Gundam Battle Operation 2. So here we have a match with the Geara Doga Heavy Arms type. This is a support mobile suit that I've really been looking forward to using for a long time. So, you guys know how much I absolutely love machine guns. So when the standard Geara Doga was released, it had the Geara Doga Beam Machine Gun, which is a very fun machine gun, but the original Geara Doga, it was a general that was spec towards melee. So now that we, had the heavy arms type, we finally had something that was very good at shooting that could use the machine gun, and yeah, I just was ecstatic about that. Yeah, so while this mobile suit, it is very, very, very good at range shelling, it can just barf out damage like no other. It actually has a very hard time surviving against melee types. It can't really defend itself very well. I guess the heavy stagger on the cannon can kind of go through maneuver armor, but what are the odds you're gonna be able to hit something moving so fast and using cover, and you're getting stunned by everybody? But yeah, I just couldn't really get a good match with this thing for a long time, because yeah, getting type hunted in this thing freaking sucks. But somehow I lucked out in this round, and the enemy team actually doesn't have a raid. They went with a double support setup instead, which isn't turning out horribly for them, because this actually turns out to be a pretty difficult match, and both of our teams are fairly even. But yeah, yeah, it's gonna be a tough match. And not only because of the enemies, but yeah, my allies kind of make things a little difficult for me too, because they just keep body blocking my movements and my shots, which is, that can be kind of a problem. Yeah, you saw earlier, I was trying to move forward, but I couldn't even see the GPO-1 on the ground, so I got stuck on him. Yeah, Mr. Zephyranthes, he's gonna be blocking a lot of my shots this round, so yeah, it's gonna be a little frustrating to deal with, but yeah, we'll try to deal with it. Yeah, so the tool set on this Heavy Doga is pretty interesting. Yeah, it's got this folding, long-barreled cannon. I'm not really sure where this thing originates from, but yeah, it's a shell that causes heavy stagger. You only got 3 shots with it. And then it can also load airburst, cluster ammo, and the thing also has grenades on it. So yeah, probably the best damage you can do is, lead with cannon so you can heavy stagger, and then go into airburst and grenade. The airburst and the grenade actually has pretty good stun accumulation, so in theory you can just combo between those two and get a stun eventually, but yeah, I'm just in love with machine guns, so I actually combo into Beam Machine Gun a lot, which technically is much, much lower damage, because, you actually need a very long opening to use machine guns properly. This guy has so many shields, how is this absorbing all my shots? That is actually goofy. Oh, yeah, this thing also has a grenade launcher on its machine gun, but that shot went completely shallow. I messed that up. Whoops. Yeah, sorry, I got really used to aiming long and, with my shells, so yeah, that was way too shallow. Whoops. Anyway, so yeah, I actually like to use the Beam Machine Gun a lot. It does a very high damage for a machine gun. I think it actually does not have enough stun accumulation to stun on its own, so, I just never land a stun with the damn thing. But what the Beam Machine Gun is good for is, it does do high damage for a machine gun, much higher than most other machine guns available at this cost range. Yeah, it does have a lower rate of fire. It has a excellent magazine capacity, 60 shots is a lot. And while it doesn't stun, and it doesn't do as much burst damage as the cannon or the grenade, what it's good for is something I like to call fibs factor. This comes from, this is an actual self-defense term. Fibs stands for fuck, I'm being shot. And because this machine gun doesn't technically have much stun accumulation and doesn't have any threat of stun, it's technically not as dangerous as people might think it is. But the thing is, people freak the fuck out when you're shooting at them. Like it's not a good feeling. People don't like being shot at, so usually they freak out and they roll before they need to, and so you can get them to waste a roll. Or if they decide to ignore you, you can get in a lot of damage on them, especially if you have other allies stunning for you. So yeah, it's less burst damage, but it's actually good for suppressing the enemy, if you can think about it that way. And technically the proper response for somebody shooting this machine gun at you is, you're actually supposed to close distance. Yeah, because they can't stun you. Yeah, so just go ahead and close distance and go into melee range against the heavy Doga, which, that's what this guy's doing. But, I had an ally to come save me. God damn, yeah, these support hazels are kind of a problem. Yeah, this guy's doing it again. Yeah, pretty smart. Okay, I'm gonna run away, very slowly. God, this thing is fucking big chungus here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, instead of damaging him, I'm gonna worry about getting to a safe position, and apparently that was the right choice, because I didn't know that airstrike was about to land on my head. Oh, God. Yeah, we're in a really difficult defensive position right now, because we don't have any spawn points, and they're just airstriking the shit out of us. Okay, there's another support hazel. I got him to back off. I think I actually broke his legs right there. Yeah, I didn't notice that before. Okay, here's another airstrike, probably aimed at me. Yeah, I went off into the corner to get away from that. Okay, here's an opening shot under the wing here. Okay, grenade didn't quite make it. The grenades, they have a pretty short cooldown time, so yeah, you actually kind of throw a few in succession. Oh, and I am trying to do my best to help here, but yeah, my team is just kind of body blocking all of my shit. Again. That's so annoying. Okay, so the team finally decided to push. Here God damn, I just cannot get a line of fire on these guys. Okay, there we go. Okay, GPL-1 jumped in and tricked me. Yeah, that evac Jagan's kind of been covering my shit the whole time. Okay, here's a nice grenade on the GPL-1's legs. There we go. I'm gonna back up a bit, don't want to be too close here. Okay, let's see, yeah, the enemy team is, yeah, they're spawning back in. Okay, hit the GPL-1, grenade, there he goes. God, the damage on this suit is so good. Oh man, he is just like 1 HP away from death. Yeah, good shot though. Alright, yeah, team played a very good defensive game there. I am surprised we absorbed that many airstrikes, but yeah, that was a very, very close match. Just 2,000 ahead at the end there. Yeah, we were actually behind for a while, but we turned it around. Yeah, so I don't know if I can say my team did very well working together. They kind of didn't, but I don't know. I guess I just kind of barfed out enough damage to kind of help them out. And then, just thank God the enemy team didn't have a raid, because, yeah, trying to survive a raid in the heavy Doga just is pretty much impossible. You're just gonna die. Yeah, especially because, every raid has a range stun now. But, yeah, I did most damage, got most kills, that type of shit. But, yeah, I don't know, I find the heavy Doga very, very fun to use. I just love its toolkit. It's just, yeah, it's just neat. It's a little different from everything else. I love machine guns. But yeah, I do wish it were better at defending itself, but yeah, you kind of need a team to cover you. But anyway, guys, that's it for my thoughts on the Geara Doga heavy arms type, so hopefully you enjoyed the match, and we'll see you next time.